Good evening or good afternoon, TEDsters. So my TED Talk is going to start with an excerpt from an early 1950s film. It's on Roger Bannister, the man who ran the first 4-minute mile. It only focuses on a brief section where Bannister himself is narrating the film, and he says that in the last 20-30 yards of the run, all of a sudden his perception of time slowed down and that everything was much more intense. The sound of the crowd, the smells, his feet hitting the ground, everything seemed to have so much more intensity to it. So that cuts, a bit of dark in the audience, and then we start off. So there are few professions in the world that measures the passage of time as greatly as that of a photographer. If you were to look at any of the masterworks of any of the great figures in photography, from Cartier-Bresson to James Noshue, Diane Arbus, Gordon Parks, and I show examples on the screen behind me, it would be a testament to their recognizing these short, sharp combinations of elements in a frame at one time. Now, if you were to look at the greatest hits of a photographer, say in one of their retrospective books, tear out each page or made a print of each page, get a handy pen, find out what the shutter speed of each one of those frames was. Could be a 60th of a second, a half a second, a 500th of a second, or if you're a sports photographer, these days can do an 8,000th of a second. So if one was to write them all out, put them all on a table, get your calculator out, and add them all up together to see what these decades of greatest hits would determine, you'd find that these brief durations added up would add up to 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So if a life's vocation running over decades came down to the choices that you made within a 10-second time frame, what are you going to do with your 10 seconds? Thank you very much. That was 10 seconds.